Sup, my friends, and welcome back to the Dragon's Lair. This is the Taoist Dragon of the Epic Peeps fam, but you can call me Toasty. Man, my glasses are really reflective. And yeah, so you have probably noticed at this point that I don't have any videos on the channel. That's because I got rid of all of them. At the moment, they're privated, so nobody can watch them. And I might delete them soon. I don't know. I'm still debating. And I mentioned this with Kappa and stuff. And that's pretty much it. My videos aren't intended for children, but I don't want to run the risk of somebody saying that they are intended for children or could be enjoyed by children because that's way too vague of language. But yeah, so there goes all my videos, but I don't feel too bad about it, except for the fact that it's been a long journey, and well, the thing that I feel the worst about it though is how it impacts you guys, because you guys are the reason for the channel, and I I never had to be big. When I entered YouTube, I won't lie, I had high hopes of being able to be like a professional YouTuber. And that was just more of me having faith in myself or whatever. I don't have the words to describe exactly my emotions and stuff like that. But I never wanted to be famous for the sake of being famous. I never wanted to be making a lot of money off YouTube. It's just kind of like this belief that I could get something out of it. And I did get something out of it. And honestly, just meeting you guys has. I don't have words for it. I don't have a whole lot of words, man. Language sucks because you never can describe adequately what you want to. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. I got out of YouTube more than I could have ever hoped for. And I went here because I was feeling lonely and that I didn't have a place that I like. I didn't have my own group. My friend in high school pointed it out like one day because I would hang out with like all his different kinds of friends, and he said to me one day, he's like, "You hang out with my stoner friends, you hang out with my conservative friends, who are you?" And that's a good question. And honestly, right now, I'm trying to figure out my identity. And that's mostly why I'm not too upset about what's happened. Because honestly, it was hard for me to do YouTube while I was in school, but I was hit with a lot. And that just made YouTubing harder. It's never been my strong suit to really stick with things. I only bring that up for the sake of being honest and perhaps overly honest. Because what's happening with YouTube isn't because like I want to jump to something else. I'm just acknowledging the fact that there is a part of my personality that just likes to jump from one thing to another. And I stuck with YouTube for a lot longer than I stick to lots of things. But ultimately, I am just trying to find what makes me feel like feel satisfied, feel like I'm providing something that's really worthwhile to the world. And I found something in my writing And in videos, I know that I can do that too. I don't dislike Let's Plays. I feel like they're a form of entertainment I still go to, and it's still really fun. And a lot of people criticize them for being kind of low art because it's easy, but it's not per se. It's a different skill set than some other things. But ultimately, that's also not what I'm talking about, because you can put in some more artistic things to Let's Plays. I personally have liked that kind of low, uh, that kind of like grungy garage feeling, that like pureness that comes from just keeping it low tech, so not as edited per se. You don't do a whole lot of special effects and stuff like that, which some people would just look at that and go, oh, this is lazy because it's the easy way out. It's not per se. It was just me. Uh, it was my preferred way of doing it. It's what the YouTubers that I watched, that's what I liked from them. Because it's just a very honest thing. I was playing a game, but I was playing it with people and I was just talking. And it was like my childhood watching friends play games and stuff like that. But this is getting off topic. The main purpose of this video is, I said before I wasn't going to stop, and I'm not stopping. Uh, and I just wanted to say something because it may look like that. I am playing it safe with Kappa, with my videos being privated. Nobody can watch them. I'm not sharing them, even if there's links online. It is my understanding that I have to give explicit permission for people to watch my videos, and I have not given that to anybody. And that's in the form of giving people permission via email. So they have to have a account with YouTube, and I would have to say, hey, this person's got the green light to watch these videos, and I'm not giving that to anybody. Because at this point, I don't want anybody to watch my old videos. Just because they're not for children, and I don't want things just being labeled as for children if they shouldn't be watched by children. Because the whole thing with this COPPA is that they're focusing very heavily on making stuff labeled for children, because then you can't have advertisements placed on that, which is okay. That's why I feel it's a money thing, but there might be more beneath the surface, but whatever. I don't want to label videos as for children because the content of my stuff was never supposed to be for them. I don't want children watching things like when I used to swear, but even when I stopped swearing, I still talked about mature things. I still had mature stuff on the channel, and in my head, it's like labeling it for kids. It's like, okay, on the kids side of things, it'll be there, because it was labeled as safe for them. I know part of it is labeling for kids as it's not advertised. I don't know if that also applies to YouTube Kids, because obviously I've never been on YouTube Kids. But the thing is, yeah, I feel like some people might be like, let's play it safe. Let's label our stuff for kids, even though it's not, because then COPPA won't fall down on us. And maybe it will at some point, because I at least like to think this is for the kids and for their protection. But even if not, I don't want stuff out there being labeled as safe for children when it's going to be harmful to their development. So, in that spirit, I'm just saying, no to all my videos because I don't want some bot or some person who may not understand internet culture stepping in out of nowhere and going saying, "Hey, I watched like 20 seconds of your video and it had cartoon characters, so this is obviously for children." And yes, part of that is because I don't want to get slapped with a fine. But more important to me is that I don't want a child seeing like the rest of that video where maybe I dropped like 3 F-bombs in a row or talked about sex or something. I don't know. God, I'm not really that terrible of a guy, but I never wanted to be beholden to trying to keep my stuff safe for kids because I wanted to talk about more mature themes. And ultimately, the age range that was most interesting to me is my own. I like making stuff for like the 20 somethings because I can get more in depth with stuff. And children are going to just, they don't have the knowledge at this point to really get deep into things. You know, they're at the basics, but the basics is still very important. It's just I wanted to expand upon things because I find that more interesting. So yeah, that's why I privated all my videos. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. uh, to finish things off, I am not stopping. I am taking this as readjusting because, yeah, I mean, I've already talked on this channel, even before Kappa was a thing, about wanting to step away from video games. And that's still a thing. I want to do creative stuff, but that doesn't mean I want to stop making videos. I want to do it, and I'm seeing this as an opportunity to do it differently. YouTube is a huge time sink, so at the moment, no, I'm not going to be making videos regularly. I am focusing on reaching out to you guys and just chatting with you, promoting your stuff as in the background I work on my own things. Because this community is important to me, but it's never been for my sake or for my growth or whatever. I just love the stuff you guys do and I want to help you on your journey. And as part of my journey, I feel it's beneficial for me to say, okay, I'll give YouTube a rest. I'll still do like streaming. I can't do that like daily, anyways, but I am trying to get back into that as kind of a little bit of an outlet for what I was doing on YouTube. And yeah, just go from there. I mentioned an animated project, which I want to do, but I want to do it better than I was expecting to do it because now I have like a passion project going on. And that's that. I'm sorry though, because I know a lot of you enjoy my content. That just sounded weird for me to say because it's like bragging, but not really. I'm not famous, and that's fine. When I say a lot, I guess to me it wouldn't even matter if it was one. The point is, you guys do enjoy my content, and you're here, and yeah, I do feel bad in just like having this stuff just kind of evaporate all of a sudden. Even if I have to acknowledge that it wasn't all of a sudden, because with things recently, I've kind of found it hard to do YouTube, anyways. So I want to apologize for that. But the most important thing is I don't want to disappear on you guys. And I'm not. I'm still on social media. My Twitter is Taoist Dragon GMS. and you're more than welcome to stay in touch there. I'm still going to be on YouTube watching content, and as for posting videos and stuff, I might still use this channel, just rebranded for different content. Things like maybe animated projects or like TV show esque projects, and writing. I want to get back into writing. So, again, there's too many interests out there, and it would be hard to wrap them all in one channel just because it's harder to market something like that, which is sort of the problem of this channel. So I wanted to explore all these different things. And in the future, I want to have more focus, which is not to say I won't stop doing those things, because I would still do those things. I would just balance out the time and do it in different avenues. But I'm not saying this is the end of my YouTube career. Alright, that was the way longer explanation than I was thinking I was going to give, but I do want to be completely honest with you guys, and I've said that at the start of this channel. And I love you guys. So I look forward to the next steps. Yeah, stay beautiful.